everyone, I'm Niyati and welcome back to our channel Fin Cocktail where we demystify finance for you. In today's video, we're going to talk about one of the most prestigious degrees in the world of finance, the CFA or the Chartered Financial Analyst designation. I know that usually talk about all things personal finance, but today I thought that since Siley made a video about investment banking and her career in investment banking, maybe I could give you all some tips on how to crack the CFA. Whether you're considering starting your CFA journey or you're already on your way, we've got you covered. Today we'll talk about everything from cracking your CFA exams to applying for your charter and then job opportunities that await you post getting the charter. तो चलो, सबसे पहले क्वेश्चन ये है कि ये CFA प्रोग्राम होता क्या है? The CFA program is offered by the CFA Institute. It is a self-study graduate level program. It is designed to teach professionals advanced investment analysis and real-world portfolio management skills. तो है ना, बहुत सारे लोग CFA को अपने बैचलर्स डिग्री के साथ ही पढ़ाई करना शुरू कर देते हैं. But I think that it is a bit too much to study for 2 degrees at the same time. I believe that you should take a couple of years in the middle, probably get some work experience and then start studying for your CFA after your bachelor's degree. तो मेरा एग्जाम्पल ले लो that while I was studying for my bachelor's degree in business administration, I got a few internships in finance as an equity research analyst and in investment banking. So I knew that I kind of was inclined towards this and I wanted to do CFA, and that's why right after I graduated, I dove straight into it. So the CFA exam consists of 3 levels, level 1, level 2 and level 3, each with increasing level of difficulty. And it covers a broad range of financial topics such as ethics, quantitative analysis, fixed income, derivatives, portfolio management, all of this. So basically, by the time you've completed all 3 levels, you're going to be a pro in financial analysis. So अब now, who should be giving the CFA? अगर आप CFA इसीलिए कर रहे हो क्योंकि आपके सारे friends कर रहे हैं, so I don't think that's the right mentality to do this. CFA is a tough exam and it requires a particular aptitude towards analysis that you should be focused on. Honestly ना, 10th standard तक तो I was in an SSC board and वहाँ पे तो रट्टा मार के ही पढ़ाई होती थी यार. So I literally had no analytical skills developed till that time. After my 10th standard, when I did the IB course for 2 years, that's when I got the chance to develop my analytical skills and it opened up my mind towards looking at education from a very different perspective. And this is what eventually helped me in my graduation and the CFA. Analytical skills is the one thing, but CFA also requires a lot of dedication. And if you think that you're not mathematically, numerically or financially inclined, then this may not be the right path for you. The aim of the game is that only do your CFA if you want to pursue a career in finance. Now, I'm not trying to discourage you, I'm just trying to prepare you for what's really out there. Now, personally, I've always had an inclination towards finance, economics, business management, and that's why I was very curious to know how the world of finance works and functions. So that's what drew me towards doing the CFA. And although it was a very, very challenging journey, it was totally worth it. So now let me give you some of my insights on how you can crack this exam. First and foremost, understand the curriculum. Now it's very important that you spend some time understanding the curriculum for each of the levels. बहुत सारे लोग ना क्या करते हैं, क्लासेस ज्वाइन कर लेते हैं या फिर कैप्टन की बुक से शॉर्ट फॉर्म में पढ़ाई कर लेते हैं. But I truly believe that it is important to get the CFA books from the institute itself and spend time going through each of the books and understand what is really in the curriculum. और एक चीज आप नोटिस करोगे कि हर टॉपिक को एक पर्टिकुलर वेटेज दिया जाता है. तो हर एग्जाम में एवरी टॉपिक को कितना वेटेज मिलेगा वो आपको पहले से ही अप्रॉक्सीमेटली पता होता है. अभी आई एम नॉट सेइंग दैट इस वेटेज के हिसाब से आप पूरी अपनी पढ़ाई करो, but this can be a good guideline as to how many questions can come from a particular section in your exam. Point ये है कि आपको सारा curriculum study करना है because you don't know what's really going to come in the exam and your goal should be to pass all the sections of the exam. My second tip is to create a study plan. Now CFA exams require a lot of time commitment. I would say about 300 hours per level is a minimum commitment required at your end. और इस हिसाब से आपने रोज 10 घंटे भी पढ़ाई कर ली तो 30 days तो यू आर गोइंग टू ओनली नीड टू प्रिपेयर. आइडियली अगर ये आप जॉब या फिर दूसरी कोई पढ़ाई के साथ प्रिपेयर कर रहे हो CFA के लिए, then you should keep aside 3 to 6 months minimum for your preparation. Actually मेरा एग्जाम्पल ले लो, तो मैंने जॉब या पढ़ाई के बिना भी 3 to 6 months के लिए तो प्रिपेयर किया ही था हर एक लेवल के लिए. You should create an overall plan leading up to the exam and then break it down into daily and weekly goals. So how I used to do it was that I had specific days and times assigned towards studying a particular topic or a subject and then I would move on to the next. इतनी सारी मेहनत ना आप इसीलिए कर रहे हो to just track your progress and make sure that you're not falling behind. Otherwise देखते ही देखते एग्जाम डेट आ जाएगी और आपको पता भी नहीं चलेगा यार. My third tip is to practice because इसके बिना आप कोई भी लेवल CFA का क्लियर नहीं कर पाओगे. Use the practice questions at the end of each chapter in your CFA Institute book and the mock exams provided by the institute to get a feel of the exams and to test your own knowledge. Now, more than 10 years ago when I gave these exams, I had used the Kaplan books also to prep for the mock tests. Now, that gave me a real feel of how the exam might be like. So, what I suggest is that try and get your hands on a few of these mock tests so you can help prep better for the exam. Simple hai, the more practice you get, the more confident you'll be. It's also very important to focus on your areas of weakness. Identify the topics that you're struggling with and make sure you devote enough time and resources towards learning them better. I would say that don't neglect any one topic because the CFA exam is very comprehensive and you need to have an understanding of all the topics. So if you don't understand something particularly well, I recommend that you look at other sources and get a better understanding on the topic. And lastly, don't hesitate to ask for help. Nowadays, there's so much reference material online. There are so many classes that you can join, which all this wasn't even available 10 years back when I was studying. There are YouTube videos that you can look at, people and communities online that you can be a part of that can help you get through this process. So take as much help as required. In the end, it's very important to stay committed and remain motivated. If I were to take an example, I would say that the CFA exams are like a marathon and not a sprint. धीरे-धीरे करोगे तो सब कुछ हो जाएगा. So keep your end goal in mind and stay committed towards your study schedule. अभी चलो, अगर आपने सारे 3 लेवल CFA के पास कर लिए, then you can say that I've cleared all 3 levels of CFA, but you still cannot call yourself a CFA or a charter holder. To be able to use that title, you need to complete a few more steps. First things first, you need to have 4,000 hours of relevant work experience completed in a minimum of 36 months. So personally, like I told you all, I dove right into CFA after my graduation. So I kind of got this work experience after I completed all 3 levels of my CFA when I joined ASK Wealth Advisors. Now this work experience can be done from any financial institution, be it a bank, an NBFC, an investment bank, an equity research firm, a wealth advisory firm, all of this counts. This can be done anytime, like before, during or after your CFA exams. You need to figure out the right balance for what works for you best. Next, you're going to need some reference letters. You'll need 3 professional references that can attest to your work experience and your character at your place of work. And 2, if one of the references is an active CFA member. So make sure you keep a good working relationship with your bosses, क्योंकि वो तो जरूर काम आएगा. Last but not the least, apply for a membership at the CFA Institute or a local CFA society. और वो अप्रूव हो जाएगा तो आपके पास ऑटोमेटिकली चार्टर मिल जाएगा. Simple enough? Well, not so simple because there is a cost attached to getting this charter. Every year you're going to have to pay approximately $300 to renew your charter. So make sure that you account for this while applying for your membership. Now, itna mehnat you're doing, studying for all the exams, applying for the charter, becoming a CFA member. I think it's all because of the way you want your career to progress and the career opportunities that await you post the exams. So let's talk about the job profiles that would be best suited to you once you clear the exams. Investment banking. One popular career path for CFAs is investment banking. CFAs are highly sought after for their financial analysis and valuation skills in investment banking. Entry-level positions at investment bank generally requires a lot of data crunching and making sense of a lot of numbers and data out there. So if you're really good at this or inclined towards this, then getting a CFA is a good option. A lot of people who want to become investment bankers consider doing their CFA because it is a charter that is globally recognized and that might help accelerate their investment banking careers. Portfolio management. Paisa hi paisa. Who wouldn't like managing people's money, right? As a portfolio manager, you will be responsible for making investment decisions and managing client portfolios. I can definitely talk about this particular field because I myself was a portfolio manager where I helped manage client portfolios in a private banking firm. Essentially, this particular role begins by getting more business for your firm in the form of clients. Now, once you've acquired a particular client, it's very important to understand the client's risk profile, return expectations, and other requirements, and then design the portfolio and allocate money to different asset classes as per the client's requirement. The clients entrust their money to you, and once you're able to grow their AUM, then they're going to be able to trust you with more and more of their money, and you're able to grow the business. I myself learned a lot from this particular role at ASK Wealth Advisors, where I worked as a private banker for over 5 years. So I can definitely say that this job profile can be very interesting and lucrative. Equity research is another obvious choice. Here, you can help analyze stocks, industries, and then provide investment recommendations. As an equity research analyst, you have to deep dive into fundamental analysis for stocks, which CFA gives you a very good understanding of. You will be able to create detailed research reports that can then be used by your company internally by other financial institutions and can be circulated to clients as well. It is an important job, and I also did a few internships in this particular field, but it never really appealed to me because I think I needed more client interaction and a front-facing role, and I preferred a job with building more client relations and a less of back-end research. Risk management is also an important field where CFAs can excel. In this role, you'll help organizations identify, assess, and mitigate financial risks. Risk is a whole department for banks and other institutions, and it is such a delicate matter that sometimes they have entire teams managing risk for large corporations. Lastly, corporate finance. This is where big banks manage big corporations, and they need to be able to deal with any financial difficulties that these big corporations face. There are literally too many things for a CFA to do here, including financial planning and analysis, to treasury management, to mergers and acquisitions. Basically, anything that the large corporation wants needs to happen, and it's essentially your job to make it happen. So these are obviously a few things that come to my mind when considering job opportunities as a CFA. But you can consider joining another corporate in their finance department. You know that some CFOs are also CFAs. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say that doing the CFA was a very, very good decision that I made. Nobody can take that education away from you, and I can definitely say that getting the CFA helped me accelerate my career in finance. And I feel like it's a great way for you to enter the field of finance if you're looking for a way in. Remember that the journey is very challenging, but the rewards are worth it. So good luck on your CFA journey, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel.